to open educational resources. Well, so now using available modules for teaching, designing secondary sources for teaching. So all these things will be covered under first portion of the lecture. Second portion of the lecture is the digital resources available for teaching English. So teaching English as a language and digital resources available for teaching English through literature or teaching English literature. Both the ways you can take it. Teaching English through literature, I mean it in two different contexts. So teaching English through literature and teaching English literature. So this is how I have focused my lecture today. So plan of my lecture today goes like that. Let us get started with OER. I said I initiated my lecture with the concept of OER. OER stands for Open Educational Resources, I told you. Open itself means it is free, right? Open resource, you can use it free. Well, so open educational resources, under open educational resources, what are there? What are the components that we find, or what can be classified under open educational resources? Number one is LMS. LMS stands for Learning Management System, and today we talk about learning management systems. I have to say the stress is on the last phoneme S. Why should I say so? Yes, of course, it has become a big business market today. There are very many people who are selling a lot of LMS today. That has become a business. That is why I have mentioned it as systems in my slide, which you see now. So, open educational resources, under which first thing that we are seeing is learning management system. Well, what is this learning management system? Many colleges will have language labs. So those days it was a fantasy that everybody was getting a software for the language lab. Say for example, from in India Films, they used to get from Globrina, they used to get from High Class Software. They call it many softwares. Renet, they call it. So many softwares. Rosetta Stone, they call it. So there are very many softwares these colleges have been investing to get for their language lab. But what is this actual software was doing there? It was it will be installed in a computer, which will act as the teacher console, and that will be connected to 50 computers, 60 computers, 100 computers according to the license of your purchase. So this was under LAN connection. LAN stands for Local Area Network. So we speak about LAN, and wireless area networking is WAN. So computer science people do distinguish between LAN and WAN. We come to know that. Today, these digital natives who are our students are very well equipped with all digital gadgets. Whether they are I'm not talking about the economical slabs of the students from where they come in. Even a student who's economically deprived tries to use a smartphone in the form of an Android mobile. So she or he has an Android mobile, and we find that maybe the version of the OS will be different in that Android. Maybe it may not be Android 10. Maybe it will fall below some category according to the affordability of the child. Well, how to use any kind of this digital gadget into the classroom? That is also, it has become a challenge for an English teacher today. So let us see that. Learning management system I was addressing. Let me fall back to the topic, learning management system. So in learning management system, when I address learning management system, I spoke about a computer lab softwares, mean to say the language lab softwares, which act as a flow or a platform to transfer English video lessons or English quizzes or English lessons in some form or English instructions of the teacher who's sitting in the teacher console in the language lab. Now the same thing is done on a global level. Yes, of course, through internet. That is what is our learning management system. It is launched on internet. So whatever learning management system today that you use, you can use it on internet. Very simple. It is on the web. So all learning management system today, you can sit in any corner. Once you are into that, once you are logged in to one particular learning management system, and you assemble all you enroll all your students under a course, and a class enrollment is over. Then you call it as a class. You can sit anywhere. Your students can be anywhere. you all come under one particular forum called the learning management system that you choose for teaching. There are very many learning management systems, I told you. Today we speak about Moodle. Moodle as an open resource. Well, whatever I'm speaking here is an open resource. There are some open resources, some OERs, open educational resources, do have its own subscription slabs also. I don't deny it, but maximum portions you can use it for free. That is why I'm speaking about all these things. Definitely you can use whatever I'm speaking today in your classroom teaching, for sure. So one is this learning management system. I will be talking about these learning management systems, how many types and varieties of learning management systems are available, all these things in the coming portions of my lecture. Next one is authoring tools. After learning management system, we need to learn about authoring tools also, because learning management system is a platform. It is like an OS on which you have to run a program. So that alone is not sufficient. That is not your course module. So you need a course module now. How do you do this course module? Is there any ready-made course module available? Is there any ready-built availability in the net? Of course, the answer is partially yes. So certain, it is like giving a syllabus and going and searching for reference books, and you collect reference books and you make your own notes to write an essay in your examination. Same way, you go to certain forums, certain repositories, e-repositories, certain tools and ready-built video lessons available, secondary teaching tools available. So you go to certain open resources to download certain videos which are very relevant to your syllabus, and then you can make use of it. Only thing is, it is the discretion of the teacher to find out which is more relevant for the syllabus that is being given to us. So that there we have to apply our discretion. So here comes the authoring tool. Authoring tool, you have, when you talk about authoring tool, these authoring tools help us to create a course material. Creating a course material, how do you create a course material? You create a course material in the form of a text. You create a course material in the form of video lessons. You create course material in the form of podcasts, audio lessons. iPod and broadcast became podcast. You get me? So this is how it was. Lessons once developed, or information once developed for iPod broadcast, and slowly it became podcast. Well, so you do lessons, you create lessons either as audio file, you share it on your Google Classroom, you create video file, share it. So you, whichever be the forum, your classroom that you find, the LMS that you find, in that LMS, you try to do either create your own lessons, either in a form of audio lesson, or in a form of video lesson, or in the form of audio visual lesson, or in the form of text lessons, or in the form of slide presentations, or in the form of animated lessons, just by voice collaboration into it. So you do all these things. For this, you have authoring tools available on the websites, on the internet, and how to use these authoring tools, and which authoring tools would be very comfortable for us to create our own lessons. Of course, we have to spend a lot of time to sit and think over the designing of lessons. Today, you see even school children, they are doing their online listening to classes. Class starts as usual at 7 o'clock. I mean to say 8:30, 8 o'clock, and it goes till the afternoon, and they give a break, and then they get started with the afternoon portions. That's how the schools keep going. And we are collegiate teachers. So we also have almost started. Most of you would have already started. We also have started in government colleges, and government is giving us training. Chomsky is training many teachers on Moodle, and we are conducting workshops. They are doing a wonderful job as a service to the society, especially for teachers. Well, now we come to the third topic, that is e-textbooks. One thing I was speaking, that was the second one, which was I was talking about was the authoring tools. The third thing that we concentrate is e-textbooks. Many e-textbooks are available. Many e-repositories are there, from where you can download PDF books. Books get downloaded as PDF format, which you can share it on your LMS to the students. Ask the students to do a reference work by reading the book. Tell the student to read a portion of the book, do an assignment on the book. So if at all you are very specific, only thing is, I again make a statement, it is the discretion of the teacher to devise a plan. So the teacher is the master here. Well, now course modules. What types of course modules? In fact, while talking about authoring tool itself, I was telling Audio tools, audio modules and audio visual modules you can do, and audio books available. There are audio books available. Audio books itself is an application from Play Store. You can download it. You can type in Play Store as audiobooks and then you can download. It comprises, I think, 150 audiobooks are there for literature. Relevant to literature, you can listen to it as whichever book you want, you can download and you can share it on your LMS to your student. Let them listen. If the person is not interested in reading, let the person listen while driving the car or while cooking, while doing some other work. Also, the person gets ample time to listen to an audiobook. Next one is video lessons. When we talk about this video lessons, there are very many ready-made video lessons that you can download and you can share in your forum, in your LMS as a teaching secondary tool or as a secondary thing. How do you do that? And whether they are licensed, will they fall under plagiarism? Will it be proper for me to share such a lesson? All these questions will arise naturally to a teacher. Here I have to address about Creative Commons. It is a license. I don't know whether you have come across this terminology. Some of you will definitely would have come across this terminology. Those who are already working on LMS would have come across this. Even you can contribute to Creative Commons. I don't know how many of you have contributed to Creative Commons. When you create a video lesson by yourself, you can apply for a Creative Commons license by submitting your portions there, and your creation of lessons will fall under an open resource, and you can run. Some people today, you see, they are running a lot of YouTube channels. So these people, they do video lessons. Teachers, of course, nowadays there is a very big boom of teachers, especially English teachers. They are doing a lot of videos, and then they are creating channels on YouTube and they are uploading their videos in their YouTube channel. So you can apply for the Creative Commons license. Also, such people can apply for Creative Commons license and they can try doing the work. Then e-libraries and e-repositories. I told you already, e-textbooks can be downloaded. When I talk about e-textbooks can be downloaded in your mobile phone through an application called audiobook, and e-libraries are also there. I'll address that. What are the e-libraries available? Internet Archive itself is a big e-library, I will say. So archive takes you to way back. So I have pasted all those things in my slides to come. So then we talk about techniques to access knowledge. What are the techniques we need to learn to access all these ready-made knowledge available on internet? So all these things we will see today. Types of OER. I was addressing about OER. When I speak about OER, we need to know about the types of OER. This is how the OER is being done. OESS stands for Open Source Software. They develop OERs, I mean to say open educational resources, using the open source software. So people, computer people who are programmers, they do programming using open source software for developing and launching an OER. For some people, of course, make it a business. You have to subscribe. So they have slabs, like they call it as an economy slab, and they call it a premium slab, and they call it a totally free slab. So as you take, let me tell this antivirus software. Many of us might be very familiar with this antivirus software. Be it any brand. I am not talking about the brand. What we do, we download a demo version or an installation version for a demo period of, say, for example, 30 days, we say, maybe 7 days, 14 days. So every 14 days, we uninstall it, and then we reinstall another demo version. We run the program. We kill all the virus that comes into the system. That is how we do it. So even a limited period of a free resource is utilized properly by us. So same way, there is a portion which is really given free. That portion of the OER can be used very well if the teacher is little knowledgeable in that area of how to use it, what to use it, and where to use it. Well, hello, am I audible?
How are you generating attendance report from Google Meet? I'm wondering.
Hello?
I know you.
Hello?
Ma'am, you proceed, ma'am. You proceed. You will take care. You are audible. You are audible.
Oh.
You proceed.
I heard some voice, so
Okay.
I
understand.
Okay, ma'am, I proceed, Any question, I understand, maybe that could be a participant. I don't know whether it is a disturbance or a question. If it is a question, I told the organizers themselves already. In fact, the madam in the organizer team already announced it. I'll give you, span, half an hour time we have for addressing all your questions. I will address your questions related to my topic, whatever I have dealt today.
Ma'am, excuse me, ma'am, 1 second. Dear participants, your attendance will be taken into account by us. You don't have to post regarding your attendance in the chat box, or you are not supposed to enter when the presenter is presenting. Kindly follow this. Thank you, ma'am. Up to you.
Okay, ma'am, thank you. So, existing OER resources. So, when I talk about this open source software and development of OER in that, you have EduCommons and Connections doing a wonderful service. There is also one platform called H2O. H2O stands for water, hydrogen and oxygen, we say. So, that's of course a platform in which they develop a lot of OERs. These OERs, with that OSS, they develop OERs. Existing OER resources. I've given just a few here. Existing OER resources. When we talk about LMS, Learning Management System, I speak about, we are very familiar with Moodle. That is why I've given Moodle in the first. And we speak about Sakai also. Sakai is a wonderful LMS. It is, of course, free. And it has its payable slot separately. And many foreign universities, they are using Sakai. You can also try Sakai, but those who are already acquainted with Moodle and Google Classrooms, I'm not asking you to deviate from there, but I'll tell you how to take teaching materials and plan your teaching materials and design your teaching materials using authoring tools. GCR stands for Google Classroom. You all might be familiar. So that's why I have given only this. Apart from all these things, we speak about 129 learning management systems available in market today. To talk about LMS alone, I think I need to take a lecture, so I'm just skipping it off. So you have lot of LMS available. You speak about Adobe Captive, you speak about Learnist.com, you speak about D2B.com, you speak about Schoolbox.com, you speak about ClassDojo.com. So there are so many. If you go to a website called Captera.com, they are the real marketers for all these LMS. So they market a lot of LMS. You can sit, and I think Mepco Shilling, from Mepco Shilling, I came to know they are using Imparto. So Impartus is also one of the LMS which I think Mepco Shilling people are using. Yesterday I came to know through one of the English staff members there. So there are very many LMS which you can purchase and you can use for your institution if the institution offers it, or if you are working in a government college, it is not affordable, use it as a free resource. It can be used as a free resource. That's why many people like us, even I'm running my classes through Moodle. So not only Moodle, Google Classrooms, wherever these platforms are available, very applicable for such classes you can use. So say for example, one LMS says only you can accommodate 30 students. Okay, take a PG class with those who are in literature stream, take a PG class with 30 students, or divide your PG class into two portions. Even PG class has sections. Say for that exam such situation, if it is a aided college probably, or if it is a self-financing college, you say that PG itself we have sections. How will we do it? Make it into groups, two groups. Group A comprises 30 students, group B comprises 30 students. Only thing is the class can contain only 30 students. So you can make 30 students in one group. Whatever assignment you are giving here, give it to the second group also, as simple as that. That way you can do, not only in GCR and very many other platforms also. So it depends on how many number of participants you can take in your classroom, how many students you can take in your classroom, and what are the videos, audio files you can transfer, and how many, what is the storage limitation which your device will stack. All these things also, let's see. Now OER published materials. From where shall I get the published materials of the OER? Internet Archive is the best resource. Google Scholar, from there you can take ample research materials. So then Wikipedia, you speak about other published materials like Shodh Ganga repository, Shodh Yamuna, another repository, Shodh Gangotri, another repository, Shodh Ganga, Shodh Yamuna, Shodh Gangotri, Shodh Brahmaputra is also there, I think. So these are some of the repositories. Whatever repository you start, get it prefixed with Shodh, they belong to one university. So maybe these universities, what they have done is they have collected all the PDF formats of the submitted PhD dissertations and MPhil dissertations, thesis, collection of thesis in one repository. So one belongs to one university, another one belongs to another university. Similarly, you have Shodh Ganga, Shodh Yamuna, Shodh Gangotri, Shodh Brahmaputra, like that. So this is a venture, this is instituted by UGC, and these universities have established it very successfully, and you can advise even your scholars who are pursuing PhD under you to go to all these repositories to collect books. Apart from all these things that I have mentioned here, what else can be the published repository for published material? Of course, e-libraries. I was addressing e-libraries. You can tell your students, or you yourself can go to Z library. That is another repository from where you can collect information. You can go to LibGen IS. So from where you can collect, you can go to BookBoon. You can go to Light PDF. So all these are repositories from where you can download books, and from where you can download published thesis, and from where you can download research articles from Google Scholar. As I mentioned, Google Scholar also there. Internet Archive gives you ample opportunity to download audio files, video lessons, all those things. We will see that. I'll show you. Then OER courses for learning. What are the OER courses? Apart from all these LMS business, OER is also there into conducting courses. That's where you all would have come across. Some of you would have taken up courses through all these portals also, like MOOCs, NPTEL, Swayam, Coursera, Udacity, Khan Academy. Khan Academy, like GCR, you can use Khan Academy. In fact, if you have a Google Classroom and it has crossed the limitation and you have more number of students, you don't know where to accommodate your Google Classroom students, just export the students from Google Classroom to Khan Academy Classroom. Khan Academy is also, it gives you a free portal platform, and one portion of the class can go to Khan Academy, where you can run, as you run the Google Classroom, you can run Khan Academy Classroom also. So you have that privilege there. I don't know how many of you are already working on Khan Academy. If you are already knowledgeable on all these fields, I'm really happy if you share your knowledge here in this forum. I will also learn from you, because learning is always mutual, and I strongly believe in that. OER teaching materials, this is a very crucial portion of my lecture. In fact, I think I have a session tomorrow also. I will do a demo class, and I would also, it is like a workshop where you also can do the work to develop your secondary source material so that you will understand it better. So that's how I have a plan. If it is possible, if it could work out, we will do that also. Then OER teaching material developers, you can make use of all these three resources to start with, right? So those who are working on Moodle and other LMS, H5P is exclusively designed for Moodle. 5 portals, 5 LMS, H5P is designed. It's an authoring tool, as I told you. TestMaker, Easy TestMaker is an authoring tool. TED has ready-made lessons, as well as you can use it as an authoring tool. So similarly, there are very many authoring tools. I'm not indulging into the entire list of authoring tools. So every portion that I talk would contribute into a deep sea of discussion, I have to say. So I'm not delving entirely into each portion that I'm touching. So I'm just giving an outline. You can go to all these platforms. You can work on that with whatever I'm going to speak today. So this H5P I explained, it is actually a HTML version, a platform, HTML5 platform. That is why it is called as H5P. This covers 5 LMSs designed for, say, Drupal pages, WordPress, Blackboard, Moodle, and Canvas. These are the 5 LMS for which H5P is exclusively designed. So H5P will definitely get merged. Whatever lessons you create, a video lesson, suppose you download a Creative Commons licensed video from YouTube. Whenever you download a lesson from YouTube, say for example an English lesson from British Council, that will have a Creative Commons license for sure. So you are doing it from some portal, from some person who's running a YouTube channel. Check whether they have a Creative Commons license. If they don't have a Creative Commons license, it is like a plagiarist version that you are using into your course. So there you need to have a check. That is why I told you Creative Commons license, how it will look like. you will see in pictures. Okay, so whatever I speak now, it is a theory that you are listening, you will see a practical. So H5P and Easy Test Maker. Easy Test Maker, you can do a lot of tests like as you do in Google Forms. Yesterday I heard that many were asking about Google Forms and how to create quizzes using Google Forms. If possible, if I have time, I will definitely show you how to create a quiz using Google Form. In fact, when I came to know that many of you were very much interested to get to know about creating Google Forms and quizzes in Google Forms and creating events registration in Google Forms, what are the utilities of Google Forms? I think I've made 3 videos. I will share with the organizing team, which they can maybe share through some forum or some practices they have devised or strategies they have devised to share with you. I will leave it with the organizing team for sure. So I have made videos using Screencastify. I tell you how to use do video also using certain software that is very easy for you. You can do the video with your mobile phone, you can do the video with your desktop computer or a laptop computer, any place you can do it well. Now, implementation resources. Let us come to implementation resources. Of course, implementation, I spoke about Creative Commons. It is a license that you also can create a lesson and you can apply for a Creative Commons license so that everybody will start using your work. When everybody gets start using your work, yeah, naturally the market value of the work increases. I'm not talking about the business aspect of it. Let us leave that and let me delve into only the content of my lecture. So GNU free document license. So it is also one other license that you can get for your lessons. Then CMU design principles. So when you design a lesson, a video lesson, these are the implementation resources. These are the things that you need to take care of. And LTI. This stands for Learning Tools Interoperability. What is this Learning Tools Interoperability? Of course, go search for the terms COM also, IMS also in the Google. Find out what they are. That will be very useful. If I delve into all these things, for sure, I cannot do justice to my job. So I'm just throwing light on all these things. These are a kind of license and a kind of a merging software. A software, when you create a lesson, that lesson should go and get seated into the platform through which you are teaching. The platform is LMS. With the authoring tool, with the whichever be the authoring tool. Say for example, Moodle is my platform. In Moodle, I develop an interactive video lesson using H5P. So that H5P should get accommodated, no? So it should get merged with LMS. If I have any impediment in getting it merged with LMS, then definitely this learning tool interoperability is not taken into account. So if that is taken into account, for sure, that particular website would have given you adequate privilege and you will not have any impediment or difficulties to get it, to plug in to the, the LMS. Well, let me show you now. This this is not my chart, whereas this goes to, I'm referring Margil's. This was done and this chart was into written form in 2005, and this has been recently quoted by one of the researchers in ResearchGate. I saw that came in 2017. This was taken into account. In 2019, again people fall back to this. So see, we are really little late to learn all these things. In fact, let me say, I'm really little late to learn all these things. So types of educational resources, there is a mistake in educational. It is not might, I think. So I excuse that. I have just taken it from net and I have quoted the reference here. So whatever we take from other resources, we are supposed to acknowledge the resource. Only then it becomes either a quotation or a citation, or with a reference, you duly acknowledge the person's knowledge. Otherwise, it will become plagiarism. Whether you speak as a lecture or you write as a paper or you make a video lesson, anyway, you have to give references. That is what I spoke in the third portion in the previous slide. Well, now tools OSS. So this is what you have seen now. This is what I have explained. Tools OSS, open resources you see in 3 branches. One is OSS to develop LMS and other things, OERs. Another one is content, that is as a published material available already for references on the internet. And then third branch is an implementation resource. Okay, so under all these things, what are the things that we study? We are going to see that. Well, before that, let us see what UNESCO has to speak. UNESCO, well ahead of time, I have to say, they have supported this OER. And I have taken a page from UNESCO. You can take this, you can read this. I would like you all to read this page to get a better clarity about the perspective of UNESCO over OERs. Why OERs? This has been a long foresight of UNESCO. Well, go to en.unesco.org. Okay, that is the page. I leave this PPT also with the organizers. This PPT will be available for you. This is not done as a, this is done as a PPT. I have saved it as a PDF document so that it is easy for me to scroll and speak. So that's what I'm doing now. So this PDF, let me call it as a PDF. So this PDF will be available with the organizers after my lecture. You can take it after the program or whatever be their plan. According to their plan, they will distribute it to you. So you can read it either from this portion, but I would like you to go to the reference source. So reference source is here in the URL column. Go to the source, read this page. Okay, UNESCO supports. Why it supports? I have downloaded it. This is a UNESCO page. Letters are very small. I'm not going to read it fully for you, but I would like you to go to this page also and to read it. If at all you don't know how to take this page, for sure the URL given here, no? So the address in the URL, type the same. Whatever you find in the address bar, I'm showing it with the help of my cursor now. Now my cursor moves there. So whatever you see it here, you go, type it in Google. It will take you to the page. I'll tell you a shortcut also. Whenever you doubt whether you are making a mistake in typing, especially in finding out a website, do press Control and Enter together when you type into Google. It will take you to the right place by checking the spelling and checking the validity of the information that you put into it. If it is totally a contaminated spelling, then I cannot vouch it. If it is a bearable contamination of spelling, then for sure it will take you to the right site. I tell you, even if you give a wrong spelling with a minimal mistakes, you can press Control and Enter together. I repeat, you can press Control and Enter together when you type even a mistaken spelling in Google search. It will take you to the right place. So now how to take this particular, go to this portal. I tell you, this is the place I'm showing you through my cursor that is hovering over the URL bar. Type the same and it will take you to the website and read it. One portion I would like to read, especially 2 lines, not more than that. Lecture should not be read. That is my perspective. So lecture should be spoken and spontaneous. Only then it will be effective. That's my perception. Maybe perceptions do differ. And I read only one sentence because I'm quoting from UNESCO. Well, so UNESCO wants to promote the development and use of OER. Member states should promote. So UNESCO wants its member states to promote, I'm reading, and reinforce international cooperation among all relevant stakeholders, whether on a bilateral or multilateral basis. Member states are encouraged to consider the following. They have given few points beneath that. So what is the perspective of UNESCO? Now you would have come across. They support promoting and stimulating cross-border collaboration and alliances on OER projects and programs, leveraging existing transnational, regional, and global collaboration mechanisms and organizations. This should include joining efforts on collaborative development and use of OER, as well as capacity building, repositories, communities of practice, joint research on OER, and solidarity between all countries regardless of their state of OER development. So this is what I really wanted to read in this forum while I deliver my lecture. In fact, we are getting ignited with the lecture only now. Just now, whatever I have given you is just an introduction to OERs and how we are going to go about it. Let us now see quickly what are the published OERs. These things you would have come across. List of published OERs. go to oercommons.org. This oercommons.org will give you a clear picture of OERs. I will also give you the repository from where you can take all LMSs also. That is industrylms.com, I think. If I'm not mistaken, it is an lmsindustry.com, I think. .com or .org. You type it as .com, it will take, and press Control Enter. Google will take you to the right side. Well, then Coursera, many of you would have done courses in Coursera, edX, you would have done courses, your students would have done courses. Khan Academy offers courses, as well as you can use Khan Academy as a classroom portal also. And Udacity.com. Udacity is, you have Udemy now. Udacity is also existing. Maybe you cannot, English teachers, I don't know how well English teachers can use it. This will be useful for teachers of technology, and especially computer science teachers and engineering teachers will be able to use it. You have Larry Page and Sergey Brin coming and teaching there. Who are Larry Page and Sergey Brin? Those who developed Google. That was actually their PhD project. So Google was the PhD project of Larry Page and Sergey Brin, and later it had become their business. So you can go on Google whatever I speak also to check the validity of it, whether it is trustworthy, whether you can take it. So you can test whatever I share here, and then you can accept. You need not accept me as it is. Then Udacity, MOOCs.org. MOOCs, many of us do take refresher courses also, online courses it gives. NPTEL portal, of course, you have Umpteen and Swayam. Apart from all these things, you have Vidyamitra. Vidyamitra I did not mention here. Vidyamitra also, your students, you can encourage your students to take courses, additional courses using this, especially during this COVID period. Let them take certain courses which are very free, where they need not pay. So let them take courses, ask them to, encourage them to take diploma courses apart from their course so that they get credits, no more credits. If your college is giving them, considering all those credits and acknowledging all those credits, well and good, maybe engineering colleges would do it. And even in arts college, we have students taking up courses, very many courses which are relevant to literature through those forums that I have spoken here. This is OER Common. Go to OER Common and find out how to explore, create, and collaborate. You can explore what are there in OER Commons. It's very simple. You need not ask anybody. Everything is in fact a kind of a self-study only, because we are in a situation to learn many things with a set guidelines which we could get from some forums like this. So with which we have to elevate our knowledge by exploring into each and every information that we get. Whichever is applicable to us, let us take. Whichever is not applicable to us, let us leave it, that's all. So it's a learning forum, and a forum has been created to all of us through when I share information, maybe question answer session, I'll understand how far I lag behind from you also, if at all, when I get interesting informations which I could learn from you. So now, learning management system. When I speak about learning management system, let me tell you a very quickly. I'm not talking about all 129 learning management systems which I have done a research on. I'm just talking about only these things. Whatever I'm talking this, I will show a screen also. After showing all these screen, when we have done, we will delve into demonstrations. Okay. So Moodle.org. This is SakaiLMS.org. You go to SakaiLMS and you can also find StyleMixThemes.com is one LMS. This LMS gives you 3 more LMSs in in collaboration. One is White LMS, Classic LMS, and there is Light LMS. 3 LMS it gives additionally. If you go to StyleMixThemes.com, you will get it. And then you go to CourseSites.com, that is once again an LMS, and Elias.com. Instructure.com, then Cornucopio, this is Spanish site, and some sites are German sites, some sites are Spanish sites. You can go and change the language option to English. Only then the page will appear in English. It will appear in English. This Cornucopio and OpenEdX, Chemilio, all these things, Edmodo, all these things are for school teachers, school English teachers. I don't know how many school teachers who teach English are here in this forum listening to me. So for those people, this will be very useful. You do your everyday regular assignments, school homework, and all those things, assignments, assessments, everything can be done. So Edmodo is really useful. Many school teachers must be using it. And Microsoft MS Teams. This is MS Teams. MS Teams are used by very big institutions also, very renowned institutions also. Even my child learns through Moodle, LMS, GCR, Zoom, and all these platforms. Apart from all these things, you have video conferencing options. No? So there are certain LMS which gives video conferencing options also. So let us see. This Moodle, you have Moodle is being offered by Moodle Cloud and Moodle now Genomio. You go to Genomio. If you go to Genomio and create a login, you can go to Genomio Moodle. You can type as genomio.com. From there, you can go to Moodle. Create a login ID. It is free login ID registration and free utility also. And then from there, you can create your course. In fact, that needs a very big lecture to teach you how to create a course in Moodle. So I'm just telling you, hinting you that you can create a course using it's a free resource. You can use it as a free resource. Except for certain plugin of interactive videos, you can use it as a free resource. As far as I myself have tested with my class children. Okay, so that you can do. Sakai is really wonderful. You can try Sakai also. Many foreign universities use Sakai, and I don't want to list all those universities. Those are using Sakai. After Sakai, style mix themes. Whatever you have seen here, no. Whatever you have seen here, whatever I have shown you here, I am showing you Sakai. We have come across stylemixthemes.com. Go there, go to Classic LMS. Then you may talk about coursesites.com. Course sites, you have you can get connected with course sites. Here, course sites also offers you certain platform free. I think this Ilyas or a tutor, I'm not exact about it. I think any one of these LMS, I think. One of these LMS gives registration. If the registration is done for 30 as free, then you can share 30 videos free like that. So everything is 30-30 combinations. So you can create them in 30-30 groups and you can send your lessons. That way you can do it. And Ilyas also has a blog, and from blogs also you get information. Then tutor.ca, you can go to tutor.ca, and that is again an LMS. Then instructure.com, this is Canvas actually. I spoke about WordPress, Drupal pages, Canvas, and all these things. No, Moodle H5P is developed exclusively for these forums. I said 5 LMS. One of this is this. Many school children are using this. In maybe foreign schools are using this. Canvas and elmsin.org. That is once again, see, I just opened this document. Say there is an installation guide here. You need not ask anybody how to install it. It is easy installation. It talks about systems and document sites. From there, you can take the documents and what are the features available. YouTube, it is connected to YouTube. So if at all you want to take a video lesson from YouTube and you want to merge it with this, you can do it. It also tells you the latest stable. What are the versions available here? I'm showing it here. So HAXEMX latest table. So that is also shown here. Then style guide API. This is into technology, totally computer. API stands for that. Now see, Cornucopio gives 100% free education. See this portion. This is cloud-based. This LMS is cloud-based, and you have a multi-platform. You can integrated classes. You can have a secure management and a common core. This is utilized by school teachers abroad, and that is, of course, we are yet to explore it. So maybe we are not using it. We also can use it. Any forum, whichever we feel comfortable, we can use it. Only thing is, when you create a class, you are sending emails to those children, and one class, maybe one subject in one platform, whichever is giving you free option. Another platform, say for example, Moodle is accommodating only 100 children. Okay, say the 100 children in Moodle in one classroom. You want to prefer some other classroom. Okay, GCR for one. So say GCR, you want to combine 40 students or 50 children in one classroom, you can have. And take another like Khan Academy. You want to import the GCR. In GCR, the number is very big. It goes to 120 or 130. It's a combination class. Government colleges, we do combination classes. When we do combination classes, the strength of the children will be more. and we have to stand in front of the classroom, and then we have to keep giving the lecture to the entire section. So many government colleges like that. Thank God our government college have enough strength, and we have proper proportions of teacher-student proportion. And ours is also ranked very high, as one of the participants said, and credits to my workplace. So now, what I would like to tell here is, if at all one forum is giving a limitation of 50, use that forum for one class. Another forum gives you a limitation of 60, use that forum for that class. So that way you can plan, I said. So see here, this is socialized, the social.com. So here you have school-wide messages. This will be used as an application also in your mobile phone. Student inbox, outbox will be there. Group messages you can send. Course and group messages, boards are there. User portfolios, user chat is there, and group chat can be done, and even parental control is there. So that way also you can use certain forums. And openedx.org, many of you might be familiar with this. So engineering college people might be familiar with that, so I'm not elaborating on it. Chemelio is for school children, e-learning with Chemelio LMS. This Clarion Net, another LMS portfolio, MS Teams. MS Teams is in fact really picking up. And many universities have started using this aided university, I mean to say deemed universities. They have started using MS Teams nowadays, and we find very renowned universities are using such LMS. So it works well with them. So that means we also can try to make use of that. And Impartus, this has been used by Mepco Link. You can get information from Mepco Link English department people to get to know about how Impartus is working. But there's Impartus, there is actually, I think it is a subscribed version they are working. I didn't talk with them about that. There was an offer in Impartus till July 31st. So that is why I pasted this page. You can go to that page of Impartus and you can check that URL ID is here. So go to this page, that gives you information. So whatever pages I have shown you now, if you go to that page, that will show you information. Apart from all these things, Zoom has a learning platform, zoomlearn.com. We always use Zoom as a conference platform. Now Zoom is also into teaching. Zoomlearn.com is there. Go to Zoom Learn, where you need not do a separate teaching tool to merge it. That is also possible. And at the same time, there are ready-made video lessons available, and you can take it from zoomlearn.com. See, this is Zoom Learn. And I will go to Zoom Learn as a demonstration, and then I will show you. These are available. See, understanding course and content. If you click that, that portion will be demonstrated here as a video file. You don't want anybody to come and teach you about how to make use of Zoom Learn. Zoom Learn, you can learn it on your own. In Moodle also, you have Moodle demonstration video. Many of you, when you create a login ID, when you create enrollment, you will not listen to the video that is given by Moodle. You go to Genomio and create your login ID and start creating classes. By then, you will definitely have the very first thing. As soon as you create a mail ID, the first mail you get is from the person where you have, from the platform where you have created a mail ID. Same way, Moodle gives you a tutorial. So demo tutorial will also be there. You can listen to that video and you can get started with that. That is more interesting. In fact, I learned things only by watching videos and taking tutorials from the respective platform. Only because of that, I was able to do certain things for my classroom. You also can try. I'm just sharing what I have done with you. Now, directory of learning management systems. You may ask me, no, apart from all these things, I just want to explore the entire. It is like going to a ready-made shop or a garment or a textile industry to find out which shirt I should get or which sari I should purchase. So there are vast variety, myriad, ample opportunities available. So among that, I have to choose the right source for me. So before buying an e-gadget, we look into the configuration, which is right, which is wrong. This configuration would be better for me. That configuration would be better for me. Let me ask you a question now. When you watch your TV, most of you definitely will have best smart TVs at home. Many of you would have used it only as a screen show, right? As a TV. How many of us would have used the facilities of a smart TV, all the facilities of a smart TV? we would not have explored into it. So similarly, there are very many platforms which we would have started with or which are already available. Only thing is we need to take little time to explore, that's all. How to explore, I have told you. Go to the right, I have shown you all the varieties now. And e-learning industry, this is what I was telling you. So elearningindustry.com, I made a mistake while I was talking. E-learning industry, that page is available. You go to this, it gives an entire list of LMSs and along with this configuration and what are the facilities available. Apart from that, you can go to, you can try this also, 8 best free resources. This blog was little interesting for me. You can read this also, and you can make a discretion after listening. You have been listening to my lecture. In addition to that, read this. And I've also given you certain portions. You must be knowing who this person is. I don't want you to tell anybody who could say in the chat box who this person is. I don't know whether I can see the chat box now. Well, let me see. Check whether I can see the chat box. Okay. Is there anybody who's interested to tell me in the chat box who this person is? Anybody? Okay, well, let me get ahead. I don't want you to open up, unmute yourself. Okay, I'll keep going. Well, let me finish it and then I'll give you time for your questions. Okay, now, hope I'm sharing my session. I keep going. So this is Khan Academy. I saw a question about Khan Academy in the chat box. I will address it after this lecture. So for every student, every classroom, real results, right? So you see that learners portal separately, teachers portal separately, parents portal separately. See, I just to make a demonstration, I created a portal for myself, and then I just added only one student here just to show it to you, and I don't want to show the entire class which I have added actually. So that's why to show a demonstration, I've added one student, and same way, if you while creating itself, Khan Academy gives an opportunity. As you create classroom in Google Classroom, you create children, no? So you create a classroom. Same way you create it. While you create it, Khan Academy will ask, shall I import the classroom from Google? It will ask. So if you say yes, then you can go to your, you can sign into Khan Academy with your email itself. That is more than sufficient. And you can set a password. You can, with your email, you can set a password. First you have to give the email and the right password of your email, and then you can enter into that. Then you can fix a password for that. You can select a username for yourself, and then you can get started with Khan Academy classrooms. This is how it will look like, and you can do your classroom work. Apart from Coursera and other things, Yale University courses you can encourage your children to do. So Yale University is doing a wonderful service. It gives a lot of courses. Introduction to Theory of Literature. This is for literature people. Modern Poetry as a separate course. American Novels since 1945. That's one of the courses. Hemingway, Fitzgerald, Faulkner. So there are very many courses. I've posted a few here. So Udacity, whatever I have spoken already, I'm showing it. This is Udacity. This is Udacity. This is how it looks like. And you can, there are many courses which you can get started with just by creating a sign-in or registration. That's all. And then LinkedIn. LinkedIn is also into teaching today, and you can learn through LinkedIn. And LinkedIn is also offering courses, and you can start a free month trial. So 1 month free trial also you can try with LinkedIn. And then this one, OERU is there. OERU first of study. So that also gives you ample opportunity. Online learning, Harvard education. This is given by Harvard University. So Harvard University gives a free learning portal. Those who are into literature can encourage your students to do all these, or you can give awareness to your children about this. So they will be able to do certain courses. These are trending. It will go for 3 weeks, and it is available now. It is there now available. Now, if you go to this particular URL, online-learning-harvard.edu, and you can go to that. Then MOOCs courses, you know. So I skip. MOOCs, see how many courses it gives. You can, engineering people can encourage your students to take up grammar courses, writing courses, ESL courses like that. And it also teaches Chinese and Spanish. So other languages are also taught. Then in addition to that, edX, another wonderful service. You can use use it as a free resource for some time. After that, ESL courses. For ESL separately, MOOCs is doing, and you can take ESL courses. These are the ESL courses available. Maybe useful for engineering people. Those who teach English as a language, excuse me. Then these are some of the ESL courses. Then what is CC? Creative Commons. I said a Creative Commons license. You can check what is Creative Commons just by exploring to this website, creativecommons.org. I told you already. Peripheral knowledge of Creative Commons, I think I have instilled in you. Creative Commons is a license which you can, for creating and publishing. You can make it as an OER. OER means Open Educational Resource. For making your educational resource that you create, you get a license. So to make it available on the open forum. So when it is available on the open forum, many people will start using it. When many people, maybe we cannot run a platform like YouTube. We are using a platform like YouTube to upload our lessons. So in that case, what we can only do is, for our video files, we can try for a Creative Commons license. And when we run channels, so those would be, we can explore into it. So Creative Commons, you can go to this website and explore what is Creative Commons. So teaching about Creative Commons itself will explore, is like exploring into another lecture. So this is how it will be available. A simple tip I give you: whenever you go to a YouTube video, you will see this symbol. This symbol is available on that video, which you want to take it as a resource for your students. Then it means you will not be called as a person who have plagiarized the version for using it. So you have to check the CC symbol before you take or import that particular video into your LMS. So when you are using your video file from some other portal and merging it with your portal, see to that you have this CC symbol there. CC symbol will definitely tell you a Creative Commons license. You have to click on the CC symbol to check whether it has a Creative Commons license. The YouTube will tell, YouTube video will tell whether it has a Creative Commons license. And these are additional information like iSpringSolutions.com, and go to these things. These are again Raptivity.com. These are authoring tool builders. Right? iSpring Solutions is an authoring tool builder. See, here it says you can build a quiz, you can build interaction, you can build screen recording, you can contribute to YouTube, and you can take info from YouTube. So all the information given here. You can do all these things using iSpring Solutions, and Raptivity.com is there. I won't say all these things are totally free. Certain portions you can use free. Wherever you can use free, create such lessons. That's all, and keep it safe. H5P. Here you can use n number of exercises. You can create n number of exercises. You can create. I show you. These are the types of exercises you can create. You can create charts, transcoding exercises. You will give for your children in engineering. You can give a checklist. You can give recommendation exercises. You will teach them imperatives. You will teach them report writing. You will teach them letter writing. You will teach them business letters. You will teach them technical letters, and you will teach them. So while teaching English in engineering colleges, whatever you do, for all those things, you can make use of this particular authoring tool, H5P. Wonderfully, it merges with all 5 platforms. I mean it again: Moodle, Canvas, Blackboard, WordPress, and Drupal pages. Right? So you can create and you can merge this H5P with that. Then find the hotspot. See, wonderful, and the exercises with little difference. And it will teach you how to create exercises also, and you can do that. Find the words, flashcards, guess the answer, iframe embedder. So many exercises, multiple choice questions, personality quiz, mark the word. So image slider. Image keeps sliding and they keep answering. Image pairing. Children, for school children, this exercise will work out. So image juxtapositioning. So side by side, what is the daytime, what is nighttime. So side by side, getting opposite. So teaching children like the school for school children, even for collegiate education, depending upon our creativity, we can make use of this tool to create exercises. Go to this particular link. I have created a classroom in, I have created a test. This is actually a test which I have created using Easy Test Maker. If you take down this particular link, you click on that link, take up the test. You will understand how students will take up the test now. I will teach you how to create the test using Easy Test Maker. Easy Test Maker is one other authoring tool. You can create a test using Easy Test Maker. See, this is a test I have created. This test only you will do it using this 842618 classroomclipboard.com/842618. That is the test code. So typing that in your Google, it will take you to that particular test site, and you can create tests like that. And your children, it is free of cost. It is totally free. I tell you, no OER. So OER authoring tool. So you create multiple choice questions. I have created, fill in the blanks, that question paper. I have 2 questions there, one on grammar and one on just as English. I titled as English. Just to show you demo, I have done it yesterday to copy it here to show you how I do for my children. I have done it here, and you can take up the test and understand how your children will take up the test. And I will tell you how to create the test. See, you have anybody can log in and anybody can take the exercise, but you have to be clear in sending the link only to your classroom children. So whosoever is there in your classroom, only their record you can import into your LMS. So record can be generated, and that assessment can be taken as a printout also. So if you are asking for a printout, sometimes no, so there will be certain period of time where the printout option will be available. The printout option is not available. I'll tell you an easy tactics. Go to print, Control P, it will take you to print. Then go to PDF option, save it as PDF. So the report will be saved as PDF. Okay, then instead of printing, save it as a PDF file. Anytime you can take a print. If you directly ask it to print, it will not print, it will ask you to subscribe. So you need not subscribe. You can do this methodology to take a print of the entire assessment. That is possible. And see, this is how it will appear for the student. And the student will say, yes, okay, you want to recheck your answers. If he says no, he can recheck his answers and he can correct it. I have set 30 minutes for the quiz. So it says the child has done in 27 minutes. Remaining means 3 minutes the child has finished the test. So I'll just give the 10 questions. You can give as many questions possible to manage the 30 minutes. I created a demo test to show it to you all. That is why. So 27 minutes remaining is given. So every test is given here for 30 minutes. See, for example, that is a free resource. We are using only for 30 minutes. We cannot conduct 1.5 hour test here. So we have to plan accordingly. So you are giving a test for 30 minutes quiz test you can give in a classroom. You can, then after the child finishes the test or takes the test anytime, then get back to the class, you understand whether the child is, it is a kind of a feedback you get of whatever you have taught so far, whether the child is very qualified or acquired the knowledge that you imparted in the previous lecture. So that you can check always. So you can make it asynchronous learning. So instead of, so synchronous and asynchronous learning we speak. No? So synchronous, you sit at the same time through Zoom, you talk and make it, everybody listen. Asynchronous, anytime you can do the exercise and they can get back to you. That is asynchronous. Google Classroom is asynchronous. Asynchronous we say. Well, I think free online test sites for English language. This is especially for English language teachers. ef.com. Go to ef.com. I don't want to create test. I don't want to spend a lot of time thinking the questions and creating the test. Well, there are ready-made tests available in these platforms. Those are these platforms. Go to ef.com. You have English test, start test. Click on start test. It will give you the options. Then you can try with start test. Ask children to take up test through this ef.com. And then you can take the record later. You devise a plan accordingly, how to make every child in a group do it. Say, for example, 30 children in one class or 50 children in class. Accordingly, you have to plan. So that's your discretion. CambridgeEnglish.org gives /exams-and-test/. Type it, it will take you to the website. So now here you have levels also given here. Cambridge nowadays started talking about CEFR. It's a framework, not common European framework they are talking to teach English. If you have listened to Cambridge webinar given by Alan Davenport there was talking about the 3 divisions or 3 frameworks developed by them to teach English. He talks about CEFR model, he talks about Udacity, he talks about a combination of a communicative approach into it. So all these things. Organizers, am I exceeding the time? Shall I continue till 11:15 and then I'll open the session for another half an hour. Shall I do that?
Yes, ma'am, proceed. 11:15 you want to continue, am I correct?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am, proceed.
Okay, ma'am.
Now it's almost 11:10.
Yes. I'll finish it.
Yes, ma'am.
Then,
okay, ma'am,
okay. Then, so there are several levels here. See, A1, A2, B1 level, C1 level, C2 level. So they talk about C1, C2 levels and how to teach. So another test portal is available. This is stgeorge.co.uk. So this is another college. So where educational institution that gives you a lot of questions, online placement test, 40 questions available here. So you see the screen. Then business English vocabulary exercise, meeting and writing. So there are a list given. Let the children take the exercise from there. Another portal, ready-made exercise, ready-made quiz. You want your child to do it. I mean to say child here in the sense of your student to do it. You can ask your student to take up exercise from easyenglish.com, right? So English test they can take like easy level, middle level, difficult level. You can tell them the level and you can ask them to do the test. Because you know them better where they stand, you assign the level and you ask them to take test and you generate the report later, and then you can do it. Now for listening, how to conduct a test, that becomes online. No? This portal gives you examenglish.com. Here you can listen and you can conduct a test. Then IELTS exams, how to train your children for IELTS also. College asks us to train them for additionally extracurricular work also we have to do apart from teaching English. So engineering colleges do shoulder a lot of responsibilities like teaching them TOEFL, teaching them IELTS, so teaching them GRE, GATE, they say no, so several. So English teachers do shoulder responsibilities. So you can listen. I showed you you can listen, stop, and the questions will appear accordingly here. Then IELTS, after that Oxford University also gives it. These are given by Oxford and Cambridge University, St. George University. So they are giving the test. So openly, so it is an open resource. Here you can see this screen I did not copy. You will have like this part 1 blue bar. You will have part 1 blue bar, part 2 blue bar, part 3 blue bar, like that. You will have several blue bars. Each blue bar, you click on this small arrow mark, it will open the audio file. Ask the children to click on the play button. Let them listen to the play and then let them take up this exercise from Oxford. So that will, of course, take time. That will consume time. Before I say thanks, let me show you a demonstration